Alabama opened up fall camp this week, as did a lot of the college football world. It's a wonderful time to be a college football fan. It's a wonderful time to be alive. But what did Kalen DeBoer have to say going into this new year for Alabama, into another fall in Tuscaloosa? Couple of different things I want us to break down together. This is kind of our coach translator segment we've done throughout just different points of the calendar year. And I think Kalen DeBoer's first press conference of the fall had a couple of different things that maybe deserve a little bit more attention. We'll break that down right now, but if you're an Alabama fan, you want more content around your Crimson Tide, the best way to let us know that is by subscribing to the On3 YouTube channel. So thank you for that. Thank you for locking in. College football season is here. It's a wonderful thing. First thing that I think we need to unpack as to what Kalen DeBoer said around fall camp in Tuscaloosa was how he spoke about Ty Simpson. Now, Ryan Grubb said he would be the starter if they played a game tomorrow. But what did Coach DeBoer have to say around Ty's performance to start fall camp? Take a listen.
I think Ty, we talked about all the quarterbacks, but, just the gimme, the ones that are just should be 100% making those plays all the time. And I really felt like, he did that. He got probably more opportunities just because of the way the plays developed to have more of those gimmies, and those gimmies add up. Gimmies are 5-yard gains that turn into 15 and 20 and sometimes explosives, and they keep the chains moving. So I like the mindset of our quarterbacks, because when you can trust your quarterback to go through his progression and be okay with checking it down and not forcing something, you can call, as a play caller, a lot more balls down the field and know that it's not just going to be an incomplete pass or an explosive play. There's going to be a progression, and it's going to be some type of movement down the field. It's going to put you in manageable down at distances, whether it's second, third, or fourth.
Translation. From what I can gather there, I can call my offense if the quarterback is just content to run our system. Now, to be clear, I don't think this was a shot at Jalen Milroe. Kalen DeBoer also spoke highly of Keelan Russell and the progression he's made, and spoke highly about Austin Mack. And, Ryan Grubb did the same thing. But speaking to Ty Simpson, if you're telling me, Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator, that is going to be your starter if you played a game tomorrow, and to hear Kalen DeBoer speak to the consistency in what Kalen DeBoer refers to as the gimme throws, the underneath stuff, the stuff the defense gives you, what Kalen DeBoer's calling card is the fact that he's an offensive mastermind. That's his call. That's how he's cut his teeth. That's what you saw at Washington, what you saw at Fresno State. And so last year, as special of a football player as Jalen Milroe is and was at times, there wasn't ever a feel to where, I know exactly what I'm getting from Alabama within a few standard deviations each and every Saturday. Ty Simpson giving you that, what that allows you is to maximize your game plan. Maximize your game planners, and Ryan Grubb and Kalen DeBoer, two of the best in the business, I think, when it's all said and done in the context of the 2025 season. Last year for Kalen DeBoer, Jalen Milroe, in their 4 losses, 3 of those games, he had less than 60% completion percentage of his passes. Not a winning stat. And I think the importance of taking those gimmies, taking those easy routes that the defense is giving you, the easy open throws you can make there. Alabama's not working with like a second-tier receiver room. I think there's a lot of guys that maybe the rest of the college football public isn't all the way in the know with, because they know Ryan Williams. I think Jeremy Bernard is a name that a lot of people are like familiar with, but not familiar with actually how good he was last year, because Ryan Williams got so much shine. Isaiah Horton transfers in from Miami. He's a guy that could end up being all SEC for you. They lost Zaire Brooks, when the freshman, in the way that he could potentially contribute for you, there's excitement around him. So how good this receiver room, this receiver room is, I should say, if I'm Kalen DeBoer, this is exactly what I want at quarterback. Give me the gimmies, give it to me consistently, and if we do that and get the football in our playmakers' hands, we're going to have a better chance to win the football game. Because it felt very feast or famine a year ago when you talk about the Alabama offense. And Kalen DeBoer, I feel like maybe, whether it was intentional or not, kind of alluded to that. So love hearing that about Ty Simpson. Love hearing the consistency from him. That's, I think, what's ultimately going to take for him to win that job. But good vibes so far to start fall camp around Ty Simpson and the gimmies. He also had a certain era of what I would say is confidence when was asked about the defense. Check this out.
Yes, there is definitely the veterans and then the younger guys, and the veterans, it starts with communication and the confidence with that communication, and just guys in sync, right? Knowing the space that they got to cover between two guys in the secondary or the back half, and you can just see the gelling of that. And they're really, I can't really think of anything where it felt like there was a missed assignment, or something that was blown, really all day. And our offense does a lot of stuff to put a lot of pressure on you to communicate, to have to see motions and shifting and things like that. So, from where we were at a year ago or even end of the season, you can see the banked reps that we've taken adding up, and then, the physical piece will continue to happen as we put on the pads and add that part to it.
I'm not a body language interpreter per se, but you watch that clip, doesn't he look pretty chill? Doesn't he look pretty loose? To me, the body language and his answer there just says, yeah, we're going to be good on defense again. We're going to be more than fine on that side of the football. Don't worry about that. We'll talk about the quarterbacks, talk about the offense, but defense, you don't need to worry. Last year, top 10 defense in America, bring a ton of guys back. And a lot of those guys they brought back were young bucks a year ago. And so for him to speak to, we're not missing assignments, we're having good communication, you can tell the reps we've taken from last year to the spring, now into fall camp. This is what I would say, like a solid unit. You can lean on this football team. You can lean on this part of your football team, I should say. And when you're breaking in a new quarterback, whether it's Ty Simpson, Mac, Russell, whoever it is, to be able to say, hey, we don't have to score 30 right away, just punting it away might be the best answer here, Ty, on this opening drive or on this first drive of the second half. Like, we can kind of just take what the defense gives us here and allow our defense to put us in a good spot. Massive luxury. Massive, massive luxury. So I think the translation for that answer, what I just said, you thought we were good a year ago? We had some young bucks. We had Zabian Brown last year making big plays for us in the Georgia game. He's another year better. Damani Jackson, another year better. So all that combined with second year in the system under Kane Womack, the confidence on the defensive side to me feels very evident. No surprise there, but if you're a Bama fan, just good to check that box. Okay, fall camp, we still feel good about the defense. And our offensive coach, Kalen DeBoer, feeling good about the defense. Another step in the right direction, another good sign. Last thing to touch on here, you got a question around the continuity with the roster and just overall their way of doing things from last year to this year in Tuscaloosa. I thought his answer was really insightful, and I think what he meant by his answer, too, the translation, I thought there was a lot to take away as well. Take a listen.
Yeah, I mean, it's just even the logistics of how you practice and, the transitions and where guys go, the flow is just, on another level. And, it's even going to be much better than it was at the end of the fall because you still had the spring. And so, just locations on the field and who you're going to and those drills. And, now it isn't just those drills you're learning. You're learning the details and, the details and how they apply to the play. And, you're not just doing that drill on its own and it's isolated. It's how it's going to affect you when you're in this situation, maybe 5-10 times throughout the season. But you can apply it because we've shown it and now they remember and they've processed it and now they can go operate and execute.
Translation, we actually don't just know what we're doing. We know how to do what we're doing at a high level. When it goes from, hey, the coach is assigning you to do this drill, make sure you do it at a full intensity, full speed, whatever, that's one thing, and you benefit from that. You get the repetition and all that. But when you take the next step in anything in life is when you can actually take that drill, take that task, that subject matter, and then start to actually explain to somebody else why you're doing it, or even more importantly in some ways, explain to yourself why you're doing it. The understanding as to where Alabama is with the Kalen DeBoer way of doing things from that answer to me is very encouraging. Very, very encouraging because I said this before, but I'll say it again and I'll keep driving this point home for as long as we're in this spot with Bama. Last year, if you were on that roster with Kalen DeBoer, I think you were committed to the logo, to Tuscaloosa, to Alabama. Yes, to Kalen DeBoer to a degree, but more so just like to trusting, hey, this place and what this place is and what this place has been, I'm in on Alabama. If you're still there, you're in on Kalen DeBoer. You're in on this staff. You're in on the expectations. You're in on the standards, the cultures, all the cliche things that matter a lot in college football. Alabama, I think, is going to take that next step in that category. And when that happens, what's keeping Bama from being a team that competes for the SEC and makes a run in the college football playoff? I understand quarterback's your answer there, but outside of the quarterback position, which is a big thing to say outside of, talent's not holding Bama back. I mean, depth shouldn't be holding Bama back. What's holding Bama back? If culture's at a championship level, if they are truly on the same page and taking another step in the right direction, and doing things the Kalen DeBoer way, Alabama will be once again a force throughout the rest of college football, because a year ago felt like that was kind of where they got, right? And the stuff that doesn't take talent, the Vanderbilt game, the game against Oklahoma, those were games they lost, not because they didn't have roster talent, because they took their eye off the ball, for lack of a better term. So to hear the progress in how they practice and to understand the tempo of things and the way of doing things, it sounds cliche. I'm just telling you, those things, they stack up over the course of a college football season, and a big reason why I'm buying stock in Alabama here in 2025 and why I have them making the playoff. So, Crimson Tide fans, get at us on here, Instagram, Twitter, at JD PicKell. Let me know, what are you feeling right now as you jump into the fall camp season in Tuscaloosa? It's a wonderful thing. College football is back. Caden Smith on the 1s and 2s. Myself, JD PicKell. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We will keep this party rolling. We will see y'all next time.